Now I'll share my screen. Okay, and let's see. Let's have Brian. You're going to walk me through number 1, 46 times 2 using partial products. If you didn't get here in time to start this, then you can just do it with us. Okay, go ahead, Brian.
So you draw 6 times 2.
So we're going to start at the bottom. So it's not 6 times 2. It's going to be 2 times
2
6.
times 6.
Good. Equals?
12.
Okay, next step.
2 times 40.
Equals?
Cross out your
Maria,
0,
mute
put it
yourself.
in your answer. And then 2 times 4 equals 8.
Okay, next.
You add all of your numbers up.
So your final answer is?
0 plus 0 equals 0.
Well, you don't have 0 plus 0. I just want to know what your final answer is, honey, since you don't have, like, what's 12 plus 80?
92.
Very good. Okay, Zoe, you're going to tell us how to solve it using the traditional standard algorithm. Noah,
Okay,
sit
so
down. Let me see your paper and your pencil. Remember, this isn't, I'm not going to count this as you attending if you're not doing your work. Find yourself, lunch is over, snack time's over. Find yourself somewhere to work so you can focus. We're moving on to harder problems after today. You didn't have school until 11 today, then you had Mrs. Thomas, then you had a break. So now it's time to focus for math. Go ahead, Zoe.
So first what you do is you do 2 times 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get 12. So what you do is you put the 2 down and you carry the 1.
Yep.
And then what you do next is you multiply 2 times 4.
Yep.
Or 2 times 40, I mean.
You're right. The regular traditional way is 2 times 4 equals what?
That equals 8, and then you add 1 to 8, that equals 9.
Very good. Both ways
and then,
match, and you should know you're good to go.
And then our answer is 92.
Nice job. No, you're going to do letter B, 315 times 4 using partial products. Start me off. Unmute yourself. And then Maria, you're going to do this one for us, okay? Unmute yourself, Noah. Unmute yourself. All right, where do we start?
4 times 5. $20.
Next step.
4 times 1 is 4.
Remember,
4 times 10.
There you go.
It's 40.
Okay, next step.
And then 4 times 300 is 4 times 3.
How many zeros do you have to take off?
12.
And it's not just 12 though, because it's 300.
1200.
Are you writing this on your paper? You should be writing this down. This should already be done. You were here early enough to get it done. Okay, now that you have all of your partial products written, what's your final step?
Add them.
Okay. Add up your ones. What do you get?
0,
Add up your tens.
No.
2 plus 4 plus 0.
2 plus 4 plus 0 is 2.
No, what's 2 plus 4?
2 plus 2 plus 4 is 6.
Plus 0 is
6.
2 plus nothing.
2 plus nothing is 2.
1 plus nothing.
Nothing. I mean 1.
So your final answer is
1,200.
no, not 1,200.
Oh, 1,260.
Yep. Chase, do you have a question?
I wanted to do the next problem.
All right, I have 4 people up on my screen, and Maria was my 4th one, but I'll get you on the next round, okay?
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Maria. Solve using the traditional algorithm.
So first we do 4 times 5, and that equals 20. You put down the 0, carry the 2, and then you do 4 times 1, and 4 times 1, and that equals 4, plus the 2 that we did, so that's 6.
Mhm.
And then we do 4 times 3, and that equals 12. So you put down the 2 and put down the 12. Yeah.
So your final
And
answer?
that equals 1,260.
Very good. And our answers match. Nice job. Okay, so yesterday it worked out really well when we jigsawed A through F. Who was in class yesterday and can tell everyone what we did for these problems? Chase, do you remember?
For an example, group or number A or letter A is group 1, and then
So I'm gonna put you into some breakout groups, and in your breakout group, you're only solving one problem. And then we came back together, and when you're in your group, nominate one person to explain the problem when we get back. Then when we get back to our group, we're gonna be going through each of these problems. So if you were not part of letter A, you're gonna complete it with us in your journal. Did anyone get notifications that I gave out any badges yesterday?
me.
I did.
Okay, so they worked for those of you that I gave them to. I think I gave out some leadership badges. I think at Colin, I remember getting a leadership. Riley, did you get participation? I think those are the two I gave out yesterday, leadership and participation.
I got leadership.
Good.
I got leadership.
All right, so that's what I'm going to be doing, working on giving out some more badges. Okay, so I'm going to put you in some breakout groups. We need 6. I'll tell you which letter you're completing, okay? So these people, circle letter A. Letter A. Hayden Waitman, Riley, Chase, Isla, Noah, Sunny, Tanya. These people circle letter B. Bella, Chrissy Dixon, Ilea, Maria, Nina, Knowles. These people circle letter C. WWE, Carissa, Carter, Nevea, Soren, Tegan. Next up is group D. Cooper, Gracie, Reese, Riley, student. If your screen says student, you're a part of group D, and Tessa is in D. Letter E is Ava, Izzy, Peyton, Sophia, Trace, Zoe, and letter F is Miss Jameson, Brian, Carson, Colin, Jack, Sarah. Julian, do you have a question? I see your hands up.
Yes.
What is it?
What page are we on?
Page 50.
Okay.
Okay, you're solving using the traditional algorithm. So you'll be there for about 3 minutes. So as soon as you guys get in there, get started. Okay, go to your rooms.
So first what you do, hi Ms. Shevchik, first what you do is 7 times 8 times 7, which is 56. So you have to put down just the 6 because you have to regroup. So you put down the 6 and you carry the 5 above the 0, and whoever wants to go next.
Was the answer 60?
56.
Okay.
Okay.
4 times 3 is 12.
Yeah. So
4 times 3 is 12. Put the 2 down and carry the 1.
there you go.
I'll go next.
Okay.
4 times 2 equals 8 plus 1 equals 9.
So our final answer should be 928.
928.
I'll explain it to her.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Zach. When did you get here?
I just came in like 2 minutes ago.
Okay, open up your book to page 50. And Zach, when are you going to be doing your work from yesterday? I never got your lessons on Khan Academy.
Academy?
Remember yesterday during class, I showed you how to access your assignments in Map Accelerator, and you're supposed to do 2 multiplication things yesterday. I don't have yours yet. So when are you going to do them?
I'll do them today, but
But what?
page are we at?
What's the but for?
I don't know.
Okay, there's no excuse because you have all day long. Okay?
Okay, what page are we on?
50.
I said 55.
Okay, Group A, you're up first. Who's my speaker?
Me,
Who's me?
Tanya.
Okay, go ahead, Tanya. 232 times 4.
So first you do 4 times 2, which is 8. Then you do 4 times 3, which is 12. So you put down your 2 and carry your 1. Then you do 4 times 2, which is 8 plus 1 is 9. So your answer would be 928.
Great job. Okay, letter B. So remember, if you were not in Group A, you should be writing it down with us. Who's my spokesperson for Group B?
We didn't really have any, but I can.
Okay, go ahead, Ilea.
So, 6 times 2 equals 12. So you put 2 down and carry the 1. Then 6 times 4 equals 25.
6 times 4 is 24.
6 times 4 is 24. So you put down the 4, carry.
We have 6 times 4 equals 24. What do we do with this 1?
Add it. So then that gets you 25.
There you go.
So then you put down the 5 and carry your 2. And then you do 6 times 1, which equals 6, plus 2, which equals 8. So then your answer is 852.
Nice work. Very good. Letter C.
We didn't have one, but I'll do it.
Okay.
We started with 4 times 7, which equals 28. Put
down the 8.
Yeah, put down the 8, carry the 2.
Okay.
2 times 7.
No, not 2.
1 times 7.
But 7 times 1
equals 7. Which equals 7 plus 2 is 9. Then we did 7 times 3, which is 21. And we put down the 21, and our answer is 2,198.
Very good. Zach, you getting caught up with these? Okay. Okay, my spokesperson for letter D.
Me.
Who's me?
Gracie.
Hi, Gracie. Okay, honey, where do we start?
So you do first do 3 times 0, which is 0.
And that 0 is important. You have to write it down. We can't skip over in the traditional method.
And then you do 3 times 4, which is 12. So you put down the 2 and carry the 1. And then you do 3 times 4 again, which is 12. And then you add the 1, which is 13. So you put down the 3 and carry the 1. And then,
well, since that's your final step, you put the 13 down. So what's your final answer, Gracie? What's this?
1,320.
Correct. Letter E. 578.
We didn't really have one.
Okay, who's in letter E that will share?
Me.
Go ahead, Zoe.
So first what you do is you do 8 times 7, and 8 times 7 equals 56. So what we did is we put down the 6 and we carried the 5.
Good. Then we have?
And 8 times 0 equals 0. So then 0 plus 6 or 0 plus 5 equals 5. So then you put the 5 down. And then 8 times 5 equals 50.
No.
45? 30.
5 times 5 equals 25. What's 5 times 6?
30.
5 times 7?
Oh, 8 times 5 equals 50.
5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 7 is?
35.
5 times 8 is?
40.
There you go. Count those by 5s. So your final answer is?
4,056.
There you go. Okay, letter F. This is our last warm-up one. Then we're getting into the 4th grade material.
We're going to have Carson be our spokesperson.
All right, Cram Car, start us off.
Now you're going to do 9 times 4, which is 36. Put your 6 down, carry the 3. Then you're going to do 9 times 8, which is 72. And put your 2 down and carry the 7.
9 times 8 is 72, but don't forget about this 3. What's 72 plus 3?
Equals 75. So put your 5 down and carry your 7. Or, yeah.
Ugly.
And
next.
9 times 3 is 27. Plus 7 is 34.
Final answer?
3,456.
Very good. Okay, so we did a whole page of very basic traditional practice. At this point, I hope you're feeling 2 thumbs up about this because now we have to apply it. So let's go ahead and flip to page 51. And we'll ease into this one together. Let's talk about how we would translate what is the product of 8 and 54. Hayden Waitman, what does it mean when we're talking about the product? Zach, where are you? I want to see your feet, Zach. Sit up. Sit up, put that camera on yourself. Same with you, Tyler. I don't want to see your feet. Sit up. Tyler, sit up. Come on. Hayden Waitman, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, honey. What's it mean if we're finding the product? What operation are we doing?
Times multiplication.
Good. So if we want to find the product of 8 and 54, what would my equation be?
8 times 54.
Good. And I'm going to write it with a bigger number on top. 54 times 8. Hayden, do you want to solve this using partial products or traditional method?
Partial.
You guys like that partial products. Okay, I'm going to draw my work bar. I'm going to start you off with my arrow. What do I multiply first?
8 times 4
Equals? This is one of those ones I always had trouble with. I always do 8 plus 8 equals 16. And then 16 plus 16 equals what? That gives me 8 4 times.
24.
No, that's 8 times 3. Now you need to add 8 more. Remember, if you guys
32.
have a multiplication chart, very good. If you have a multiplication grid in your folder from math, take it out and use it because we want to really get these facts going. Okay, Hayden, now what do you do next?
You do 8 times 50.
Very good. And remember, partial products, yep, you're talking about the values. Hayden did a great job remembering that's not a 5 in partial products, that's 50. So I take off my 1 0, put in my answer. 8 times 5 is what, Hayden?
40.
Okay. Add 32 plus 400.
0 plus 2 equals 2. 3 plus 0 equals 3. And 4 plus nothing equals 4.
For a final answer of?
432.
Very good. So this is, they're just asking, instead of writing, solve 54, 8 times 54. This is the same thing. They're just putting it into words to see if you understand these math terms. What does it mean if you're finding a product? They could have written solve 8 times 54, and it's the exact same thing. But so it is taking it up a little bit more. All right, let's have Izzy read number 4.
Isabel earned 350 points while she was playing Blasting Robot. Isabel's mom earned three times as many points as Isabel. How many points did Isabel's mom earn?
Okay, Izzy, I want you to tell me what I should underline or highlight. What's important here? Okay, so we want to know that Isabel earned 350 points. What else is important, Izzy?
You have to unmute yourself, Izzy.
Sorry. Isabel's mom earned 3 times as many points as Isabel.
And then how many points Isabel's mom earned? So Izzy, what are we trying to figure out in this problem?
How many points did Isabel's mom earn? Okay.
So let's take some notes. So I have Isabel's mom is one person in our story. So some reading elements here. Whose screen is just the letter B with its like really, really bright lights coming in?
Brian's.
Brian, unmute yourself. What do we know about, who's our other character in this story? Isabel's mom, and who else are we talking about? Unmute yourself. Brian, unmute yourself. Click the bottom left where it says mute. Click unmute. There you go. Who's our other character?
Isabel.
Isabel. Brian, what do we know about either of these people in the story?
Isabel earned 350 points.
Okay, so we know Isabel's points. What do we know about her mom?
Isabel's mom earned 3 times as many.
So do we have an exact number right now for Isabel's mom's points? No, but what can we use to help us, Brian? What do we know about Isabel's mom?
She has 3 times as many.
So what could I do to figure out how many points that is?
Multiply 350 times 3.
Great job. Okay, Brian, I want you to call in someone that you haven't heard speak yet today to solve this for us.
Nolan.
Okay, Nolan, I'm going to rewrite the problem for you, and then you get to choose what method you want to use to solve.
Partial products.
Okay, have my work bar. What do I do first?
3 times 0. 3 times 0 equals 0.
Okay, next.
3 times 50. Equals 150. Three times 300.
Remember, if you're not Nolan now, you should be writing this down with us.
Equals 900.
Are you finished?
0 plus 0 plus 0 equals 0. 5 plus 0 equals 5. And 1 plus 9 equals 1 equals 10. It equals 1050.
Okay, so what's my final answer?
1050 points.
Very good. Now, Nolan, let's go back. Let's see, does this make sense? If I estimate my answer to this, if I have like about 3, if I round this to 300, 300 times 3 is 900. Is that close to 1050?
Yes.
See, so you can still use those estimating skills. Since I rounded down, I know my estimate is going to be less, a little smaller, but 900 is close to 1,000. So that's a quick way to check. Okay, any questions about number 4? Okay, so I'm going to have Soren read number 5, and then Carter, you're going to help me pick out what's important. And then Carissa and Chase are also going to help in this problem. Just so you guys know, be ready to unmute. Soren, read. Go ahead.
To get enough money to go to a field trip, every student in a club has to raise $53 by selling chocolate bars. There are 9 students in the club. How much money does the club need to raise to go on a field trip?
Nice reading. Okay, Carter, what's important here? What should I highlight or underline? Unmute yourself. Carter, unmute yourself.
The class needs to raise 53 by selling.
Okay, so
$53 by selling.
Every student.
Everyone
has to
every student
$50
by selling chocolate.
Okay, we're just going to pick the most important stuff that we need. So we need to know that every student has to raise $53. What else do we need to solve in here? What else?
There are 9 students.
So we know there's 9 students in the club. And then what do we have to figure out?
How much money does the club need to raise to go on the field trip?
Very good. Okay, I think Carissa was next. Carissa, if I know there are 9 students in my club, each student has to raise $53. How can I figure out how much they need to raise total? What's my equation?
53 times 9.
Okay, Chase, how do you want to solve 53 times 9?
Standard.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me what to do.
So first you do 9 times 3, and that equals 27. Put the 7 down, carry the 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do 9 times 5 equals 45. Plus 2 equals 47. So you put 47 down. And your final answer is 477.
Huh?
Your final answer is $477.
Very good. $477. That's how much money they need to raise. Okay, let me take a peek at. Okay, we have 2 more. Number 6, we're going to get into some groups for this one. Let's have Trace. Go ahead and read number 6 for us.
Right.
Number 6.
Mr. Myers wants to order 4
tablets
for his classroom. Each tablet cost $329. How much?
$329 what, Trace?
$329.
Okay.
How much will all 4 tablets cost?
Okay, so Trace, what should we underline or highlight? What's important here?
4 tablets.
Mm-hmm. He wants to order 4 tablets. What do we know about them?
Each tablet costs $329.
Mm-hmm. And then what do we need to figure out?
How much will all 4 tablets cost?
Good. So our job is to figure out the total cost of the tablets. Okay. I'm not going to go into what you need to do to solve. I want you to talk to your group about that. So when you get in your group, you might have to reread the problem. That's okay. But you're going to agree on an equation to solve. And then you guys can choose if you want to use partial products, if you want to use the standard algorithm. When we come back in to our main group, I want you to elect one person to type. Carter, mute yourself. I want you to elect one person to type your answer into the chat. Don't forget the unit. Okay? We're going to see if we all agree on the same answer. Any questions? Coming up with an equation, solving. One person types the answer in the chat with the unit. If there's no unit, it's not correct. Got it? Okay, I'm going to do new groups. We're going to recreate. We're going to make them a little smaller. All right, go ahead. Noah, why is your camera off? Noah.
Put the.
So, who wants to go next?
So we all put the 6 down and then carry the 3. And then, Tessa, what is 4 times 2?
That's 8, and then plus the 3, that is 11. So put the 1 down and then carry the 1.
Okay, so Maria hasn't gone yet.
Okay, so 3 times 4, that equals 12, plus another one that equals 13. So put the 13 down. And
the
then
answer would, yeah.
It would equal 1,316.
That's what I got too.
Yeah.
Do you want me to type it in the chat?
Sure.
I can.
It doesn't matter.
I guess I will.
Okay.
It's $1,316.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, dollars. Yeah. And yay. Good job.
And
Good
now we
job,
can
everyone.
quiz each other on multiplication facts.
And math facts, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Tessa, what is 9 times 8?
9 times 8, that is 72.
How about it goes like the person that asked
200. So, yes. Now what is 6 times 30?
Okay, remember, whoever you elected to type the answer into the chat, that's how we're going to check this one. On my page, I solved both ways just to double check my work. Riley's group is correct. Reese's group is correct. Got 2 answers. We need about 9 more. Okay, Jack, re-look at your question. It's not asking for how many tablets, so that would be incorrect. Chase's group is correct. Carter's group, Carter, double check the number you put in there. See, I don't see any commas, so I'm having trouble reading the number. Peyton's group is correct. Carson, just so you know, the $ should go at the very beginning, but your group is correct. Nolan's group is good. Izzy's group is good. Sunny, Colin, Jack. Okay, Jack. So Jack's group, you guys switched, he switched your unit from tablets to dollars because it doesn't say how many tablets will you be able to buy. It says how much will all 4 tablets cost. So I don't think I've heard from Nevaeh. Tell everyone the final answer.
$1,316.
Very good. Raise your hand if your group chose to use partial products. Now raise your hand if your group used traditional. Kind of split right down the middle. Okay, very good. All right, last one. Bella Watkins, can you go ahead and read number 7, please? About Amaya.
Amaya read 64 pages last week. Amaya's older brother, Raggled, read
Regilio. That's your guess is as good as mine on that one.
Regilio read twice as many pages in the same amount of time. Their big sister, Elenia, is in high school and read 4 times as many pages as Regilio did. How many pages did Elenia read last week?
Wow. Now this is one of those ones that we had Bella read it to us. I want everyone else to reread it to themselves, and I want you to underline what you believe is important. Do that now. Should be underlining the things that you think we're going to be using to help us solve. Okay, Reese, what did you underline, honey?
I underlined Amaya read 64 pages.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know how to
say Roger, or just make something up.
Roger read twice as many pages
in
the same amount of time. Alina read 4 times as many pages as Roger did. How many pages did Alana read?
Okay, so Reese, in the end, what do we need to report?
How many pages Alana read?
Very good. Okay, Tessa, I want you to help me take some notes. So I want you to tell me one character in this story and what we know about him or her.
Amaya read 64 pages last week.
Okay, so Amaya, 64. Okay, what's another character?
Amaya's older brother, Regilio.
Okay, so I'm not going to write that whole thing. I'm just going to write Regilio. Okay, what do we know about him? Do we know the exact number of pages?
Twice as many as Amaya.
So how can we figure out how many pages that is?
We could do 64 times 2.
Okay, we'll do that later. Who's our last character?
Amaya's older sister, Elenia, and she read 4 times as many as Regilio did.
Okay, so we need to figure out how many Regilio has before we can figure out Eliana's, but we do know that it's 4 times as many. So I'm just gonna do 4 times a circle, and then I'm gonna put an arrow up here to tell me whatever we get up here. Sunny, I want you to go ahead, and our first step is gonna be to do what?
Our first step is to do, what do we do, 64 times 2?
Yes, we need to figure out how much Rogelio read before we can figure out Eliana. So I'm going to do 64 times 2. Which method would you like to use?
Traditional.
Okay, go ahead. 2 times 4?
8.
6 times 2?
12.
So how many pages does Rogelio read?
128 pages.
Okay, now, who else? Ava, now can we figure out how many pages Eliana read?
Yeah.
What would we do to solve?
We would put 128.
Great, so we're going to take Roger's amount and stick it in here. So then our step 2, go ahead, honey, what's my equation?
Is 128 times 4.
Okay, and Sophia, how would you like to solve this one?
Traditional.
Okay, go ahead.
8 times 4 is 32. So put down the 2 and carry the 3. 2 times 4 is 8. And 8 plus 3 is 11. And put down the 1, carry the 1. And then 1 times 4 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So the answer is 512.
Okay, so we know how many pages Amaya read, how many pages Rogelio read, and how many pages Eliana read. Briley with a B. What's my final answer for this question? So go back and look at the question and tell me how we should answer this. Tyler, I'm not sure what you're typing to me, but what is that you're sending me?
That was my group's answer.
Were you in charge of reporting for your group? Were you in charge of typing for your group? Because I got everyone, that's not the correct answer, and I had already gotten everyone's responses. Were you, who else was in Tyler's group? Orlando, what did you, sorry, we have to go back to number 6 because I'm getting things in the chat right now. Orlando, what did your group get for number 6, honey?
I don't know.
Look at your book. What did you guys get for Mr. Mayer's, how much his tablets cost? Did you get 12,326? Who else was in your group, Orlando?
Tyler and Joy and Dixon.
Okay, then the 3 of you can just stay on afterwards and we'll go over it so everyone doesn't have to relive that problem. Okay, who was helping me with this last part of number 7? Briley with the B, are you still here?
Yeah.
Okay, reread the question and then I want you to look at all this information and tell me how I should answer the question. What's my final answer?
512.
That's not a complete answer.
Pages.
So you look back and it says, how many pages did Eliana read? So I'm going to focus on her, and that's how I get my 512 pages. Circle that so you know that's your answer. Okay, so those were all the practice problems. Now, on for today's work for math, you have your lesson 9 exit ticket. Who remembers what you should do? Julian Dixon, why don't you tell me before you click on the link in Schoology, what do you need to do with your lesson 9 exit ticket? Julian Dixon, unmute yourself. Before you click on the link in your Schoology page, what do you need to do for your lesson 9 exit ticket? Julian Dixon, unmute yourself. I'm talking to you. Okay, Gracie.
Complete it in your exit ticket packet and then do it.
Very good. Because if you have mistakes on your exit ticket and I message your parents and I say, just send me a copy. A lot of you, your parents have probably said, where's your exit ticket? I have to snap a picture and send it to your math teacher. You should be able to pull it out your folder, say, here you go. They can snap me a picture and I should be able to see all of your writing. The final step is just typing the values into that document, then hitting submit. This packet should be done first. This is where you can do all of your pencil paper work. Got it? Okay, do you have any questions for me?